How come Africa is poor and America is rich? Because of geography and colonialism. Let's go ahead and grab a globe. The first people lived in Africa, which experienced a process called desertification. This is when there was no natural resources, which caused people to migrate. That's why we have white people in the first place. White people used to be black. Now, the issue with Africa is, since it experienced desertification, there wasn't a lot of natural resources to develop this continent. It was a lot easier to develop continents like Europe. Now, here's where it gets super interesting. I know you think, oh, well, Africa is poor and Europe and, America are rich because black people are worse and they're not as smart. You're just being racist and trying to justify it with false terms. Let's talk about it, right? Because not only did Africa not have any actually natural resources from desertification, but then we actually have Europe going in and taking the resources that they do have after they develop Europe, right? Then we have the slave trade that takes the actual people from Africa and moves them to America. And then currently today in America, we then go into Africa for their natural resources that were not considered natural resources before, like things like uranium and diamonds. And we take it from the African continent, and then we sell it here and we become richer. So Africa was poor because not only did it not have a lot of natural resources in the beginning, but also because then the slave trade affected its population. And then now, as far as the resources that it does have, things that are required to make things like nuclear bombs and diamonds, we don't actually let Africa have any of that wealth. We go in with these giant mining companies and just take everything from them. So the reason why one of the continents, Africa, is poor and America or Europe is rich is because the natural geography of the resources, as well as the fact that we then use the natural advantage in America to then take the small amount of resources that Africans have. So racism, again, is your answer. Geography. I hope this helps.